3 days in a row, Wednesday,
Yeah, you
Thursday.
got out.
What city,
good.
what city is it near?
What, I'm sorry?
What city is it near?
Osceola, Iconium, it's a little tiny town.
That's a little town.
Welcome to the Leawood Planning Commission. The meeting will come to order and the clerk will please call the roll.
Commissioner Carlberg,
Here?
Commissioner McGurran,
Here?
Commissioner Belzer,
Here.
Absent. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm here.
Pardon me. I didn't realize you were joining us.
I'm virtually there.
Okay. Welcome.
Commissioner Hoyt,
Here?
Commissioner Coleman,
Here.
Commissioner Block,
Here.
Commissioner Stevens,
Here.
Commissioner Guyed,
Here.
and Chairman Elkins.
Present. We have a full house tonight. Welcome, everyone, and we do have a quorum present, so we'll move on to the business of the evening. With that, I ask staff if there are any revisions or changes to the agenda as it was presented to the commission.
No.
If not, do I hear a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Coleman.
I move to approve tonight's agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Block. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it, and the agenda as it was presented to the commission in the packet is approved. Takes us to the minutes of the evening, and I believe we have one set of minutes this evening. Those are the minutes of the May 23rd, 2023 Planning Commission meeting. Are there revisions or corrections to those minutes? If not, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Coleman.
I move approval of the Planning Commission meeting minutes for May 23rd, 2023.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Hoyt. All those in favor of approving the minutes as they were presented to the commission, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it, and the minutes of the May 23rd, pardon me, 2023 meeting are approved as they were presented. I note that there are 3 cases that have been continued to the July 25, 2023 meeting. Those are case numbers 39-23, the Majestic of Leawood, case 50-23, Building 133 at Children of America Daycare Center, and case 62-23, Highlands Creek Pickleball Court and Walking Trail. We have one item on the consent agenda this evening. That's case number 59-23, Regents Park Entry Monument Signage. Request for approval of a final plan located south of 137th Street and west of Kenneth Road. Does any commissioner wish to have that case pulled for a more thorough examination and presentation? If not, is there a motion to recommend the consent agenda to the governing body for approval?
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Hoyt.
I recommend the consent agenda for approval by the governing body.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner McGurran. Any discussion of the motion? If not, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of recommending case number 5923 off of the consent agenda to the governing body for approval, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it, and case number 59-23 is recommended for approval. Brings us to the new business of the evening. We have one matter on the agenda. That's case number 40-23, Market Square Revised Sign Criteria, request for approval of a final plan located north of 135th Street and east of Mission Road. Does staff have a presentation?
We do.
Please proceed.
Mr. Chairman and members of the Planning Commission, this is case 40-23, Market Square Sign Criteria, request for approval of a final plan. The applicant is requesting approval of a final plan for updates to existing sign criteria for the Market Square development, including the addition of an internally illuminated monument sign at the corner of 135th Street and Mission Road. Sign criteria is existing for this development, but this is an update to allow for a specific type of sign that was not previously allowed. The sign with a proposed change, as stated, is located at the corner of 135th Street and Mission. This sign was included in the criteria approved with case 79-07, but was originally shown to be non-illuminated. The letters will be white in color, will be the same size at 27 inches, and will be internally illuminated. The letters for this new sign will be mounted to the piers via a tubing bracket system that will match the existing one. No landscaping or other signs within the development are proposed to change with this application. This final plan meets the regulations of the Leawood Development Ordinance. Staff recommends approval of case 40-21 with the stipulations listed in the staff report, and I would be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there questions for staff?
Mr. Chairman?
Commissioner McGurran.
Thank you. I might have missed it, but is there a spot in here where it says no brighter than certain criteria?
We don't have that in the criteria specifically.
There is a requirement citywide, whether it's in there or not, as far as no more than 0.5-foot candles at the property line. This one is actually set back, I want to say, close to 27 feet.
Yeah.
So I don't think there will probably be too much of an issue.
Fair enough.
Thank you, Commissioner McGurran. Commissioner Coleman.
Commissioner McGurran stole my question.
Okay, no worries. Any other questions for staff? If not, I would invite the applicant, if they're in the audience this evening, to step forward and advise us of any additional comments that you might have. Sir, if you could state your name and business address for our record, we'd be grateful. Welcome to the commission.
Thank you. I'm Mark Thomas, Senior Vice President of Property and Risk Management for Copac and Brooks and Owner's Representative for Market Square Shopping Center. With me is Kent Gwynn, and he is the Property Manager for the Market Square Shopping Center. We thank you for your time today. Really would like to compliment staff because we have worked with them from the very beginning on this particular sign criteria. They've been very good to work with, so you should feel very good about the work they're doing. Essentially, it's very simple. When you're traveling east on 135th and you get to Mission Road, you have that wonderful gondola there, but there's no branding of the shopping center. And so we're just wanting to carry on with the original development that was approved for signage there. But for logistical reasons, it makes the most sense for it to be internally illuminated. And so with that, we respectfully request that you approve this. We think it adds to the elegance and the overall tone and aesthetic design that Leawood is known for and likes to maintain. So with that, I have nothing further to add. There'll be no landscape changes. We'll continue to maintain and upkeep that corner as we have. And with that, I would request your approval.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. I note that the staff has made, I think, recommended 6 stipulations to go along with the application. Do you or your property manager have any objections to those stipulations?
We do not.
Okay, great. And I trust that you're surviving the construction on Mission Road.
Well, the key to that was working, with the city on that and also keeping our tenants advised of what was going along the way. And Kent's done that, and we haven't had any problem. We're very bullish on Market Square. We're very proud owners of that, and, we want to continue the good community service it provides.
Well, we appreciate that. Any other questions for Mr. Thomas? Commissioner Coleman?
If I could, going on Commissioner McGurran's question of, how much illumination is this sign going to have?
I will have to defer to that either Kent or Luminous Neon, who was our sign vendor who worked on the specifics of that. I do not have that, so.
Welcome, and ma'am, if you could state your name and business address, we'd be grateful.
Sure. Shelley Popwriter, 1805 East 28th Street, Olathe, Kansas. So to answer your question, these are the typical type of illuminated letters that you see on businesses on their storefronts. It's the same type you see up on the wall facades. So when you see a white letter set, the illumination is very similar to that. The standard is for the LEDs is 7,000 K, which, what does that mean exactly? That's the LED's brightness. They actually say that it's 94 lumens. So if you're familiar with the lumens term, there's 10 lumens per each foot candle, is kind of the way you figure that. And so then you put a diffuser on it, which is the acrylic face, and that even lessens it more by about 30% less. So you're looking at approximately 65 lumens for the white LEDs that are in there. Does that help answer your question?
Thank
And
you.
also one interesting conversion that I saw online just recently, basically when you're looking at the 7,000 K, basically if you were outside, their description was if you were outside on a clear day with the sun above you, that's about the brightness of what the lighting would be. Then you still have it filtered with the acrylic face.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Coleman. Any other questions for the applicants? Well, if not, we appreciate your time. You can step down, and we'll move on to consideration of the case.
Thank you.
So that takes us to discussion of case number 40-23. Any comments or concerns from any of the commissioners? Commissioner Block?
Mark, maybe just a quick question. I thought in the past, maybe in the recent past, staff has limited kelvins to 3,000. Is that not for signs? Is that for something else?
Yeah, that's typically not for signs. We do that whenever we have a commercial development that's adjacent to a residential, because the 3,000 Kelvin is kind of more of a yellowish light, and it's not quite so bright. But as far as signs, we've never done that.
Okay. And I guess I only ask because, I mean, the apple, I mean, that's very bright, very white, I guess, on the town center crossing area. And I guess this is a different application, smaller, but I guess that would be my only concern.
No, fair point.
Other questions or concerns? If not, is there a motion relative to case number 40-23?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Commissioner
I
Carlberg.
would move that the staff, that the Planning Commission approves case 4023, Market Square revised sign criteria with the stipulations that are included in the staff recommendation.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second?
Thank you, Commissioner McGurran. Any discussion of the motion? If not, we'll move to a vote. All those in favor of recommending case number 40-23 to the governing body for approval, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it, and case number 40-23 is recommended to the governing body for final approval. That's the only item on the agenda for this evening. Mark, do you have additional comments or scheduling comments for us? Will we have a work session before July the 25th?
On July 11th, I think we have a quorum now, so we will have a meeting, and currently right now, the agenda would have East Village, which was originally scheduled for this meeting, but had some additional information that we were looking for prior to it.
Is that the only one that's going to be on the agenda for that evening?
Yes.
Okay, and that's phases 1 and 2, if I remember
This one's
correctly?
actually phases 3 and 4.
3 and 4, okay, thank you.
So these will be preliminary approval or final approval?
These
for
will be
3 and
final
4?
approval.
Final for 3
So
and
these
4?
will be the 4-story apartment buildings that are located along with 4 brownstones that are 2 stories.
And the plan, as I understand it, is right now those are for flat roofs, so we need not consider the laminar shingles before we take those up.
Correct. These were always shown as far as to be the flat roofs, the more contemporary look, so.
Very good. Any other business to come before the commission this evening? If not, everybody enjoy their summer, and we'll look forward to seeing you on July the 11th, correct?
By the 11th, yes.
Thank you. We stand adjourned.
Thank you.